Oh, good. You made it downstairs. Please come in. Have a seat. I'm just putting on the last final touches. I know it's not conventional for a servant to summon who they work for, but I left it vague so that you would be curious enough to come investigate. Now, I know you're not that big on decorating. After all, you left most of the decorating to me, and I did what I could all around the house. But there's one last thing that needs decorating, and I need your help. It should be just about done. Let me check on it. Here we are, fresh out of the oven. Look! We're making gingerbread houses. But not just any gingerbread house. I thought we should do something extra special. We are making an exact replica of this house. Come, look over here. As you can see, I've already measured out all the walls, the windows, the doors, the roof. Everything should be the perfect measurements to put together. And over here, I made all the little furniture. Look, here's your desk and your chair that you never leave. And I even made a little bed for your room. And look, I even made a staircase out of wafers. And the best part about this gingerbread house is it's rock solid. That's the beauty about gingerbread houses. They don't have to taste good because normally no one eats them. They're left over at the holidays until someone throws it away. So this one doesn't have to taste good, so I made sure to put some hearty ingredients to make it stiff. That way it wouldn't be as fragile as normal gingerbread cookies. So you don't have to worry about breaking it. Pretty neat, yeah? And look, I already took the liberty of making all the windows. As you can see, all the pieces have little holes in them that I have filled with some hard candies. Once it was melted, then they made these beautiful stained glass windows. I know we don't have stained glass everywhere, but it was just so cute I could not pass it up. Now it's not pieced together yet, but once we're done decorating, then we will put it all together. It's better to decorate while gravity is not, weighing against you. If you decorate while all the pieces are flat on the table, then you will have a lot easier of a time, seeing as the pieces won't be trying to fall off. I even made these little baggies so that the icing could be piped out. That way you could get all those precise little details. I can see your hesitation. It does not have to be perfect. I just thought it would be a fun activity we could do together. It's alright if you mess up. You can always just wipe off the icing. And if we don't like it, we can just throw it away. I'm not expecting a masterpiece. In fact, the more homemade it looks, the more special it is. And then, once it's all dry, we can put everything together. Now, I don't want to hear any lip from you. You're not allowed to say no on this one. Families are getting together this time of year to do many beautiful things together. All kinds of traditions, like decorating trees and exchanging gifts. Even some are going caroling, singing door to door. All of which I know you would not be a fan of. So just this once, I want you to humor me and decorate a gingerbread house. And as a reward, we will have hot cocoa by the fire. I'll make it just the way you like it. And yes, I have the marshmallows. So since you don't have an option, here's a bag. I want you to start piping. Work on the front door. There's lots of little gumdrops and sprinkles and lots of other things you can stick to it, just to give it a little more flair. While you work on that, I will work on the scalloping of the roof. That part is a little bit more tedious. I love crafting things like this. I learned it from my father. He would get so busy during this time of year. Many people asking him to make toys and different creations. He was an inventor after all. He would make so many things out of what seemed like nothing. Wooden toys that could walk by themselves, fabrics that could change their shapes, and little tinker toys for the boys and girls. But no matter what work he had piled up on his table, he would always make some time for me. And boy, would we play. My favorite was the music. We had this old piano that played all by itself, and we would dance around together. I will be honest, a lot of my memories are fuzzy. I'm not even sure if they're entirely mine, but they are wonderful to think about. He really was a good man, deep down. Our last Christmas together was a little rougher than the other years. He did not have the same joy when he danced around. He looked sadder. Maybe he just had too much on his plate, or maybe I didn't dance right. Of course, I really wasn't myself, so I don't blame me entirely. Either way, it was very strange to see such a change in a man. But it did get better for a while. I think the holidays were just hard for him after the incident. But I am grateful. He's the one who showed me how to make such beautiful things, taught me everything I know. Of course, I am nowhere near the level that he was, but I can make little things like this. So in a way, it ended up being useful. And now I get to use my talent to make fun things like this, with you. And that is truly an honor. I think we're just about ready. I'm excited to see it put all together. Let me see. See, that doesn't look half bad at all. In fact, that looks rather good. I'm not just saying it, I promise. As someone who's pretty crafty, I'd say you've got a good touch for it. In fact, I hope you don't take this as an insult, but it turned out a lot better than I thought it would. Look, you even got the sconces at the front door. Did you make them out of sprinkles? Very clever. And what's this over here? Are these pretzels the wood that's stacked up by the house? What a good idea! I like it. Let's start with downstairs. We'll make the front door and the side walls. Here's a bag. This will be your glue. It's vanilla icing, considered to be very tasty. How about you do the glue and I will do the placing? I made some support beams out of some gingerbread as well. Could you add a little bit of glue to this corner? Very good. And I will place these right here. This will make it nice and sturdy for the second floor. Icing on this piece, please. Thank you. Let's see. Here's the kitchen and the wall here. Right, let's put all the furniture down for the first floor. Right here's the kitchen. Let's start there. Do you like the countertops I made? I made them out of wafer. It's nice because the wafer pattern of the little triangles look like the countertops. And here's a little kitchen table and some chairs. I made those out of pretzel and gingerbread. Kind of shoved them in while they were baking. And the living room? I made couches out of pastry. They look quite fluffy. I'd love to sit on them. And look what I did for the fireplace. A little bit of masonry. I put some icing in between some chocolates to look like the stonework. Doesn't it look nice? Here we go. Right up against the wall. And of course there's my room over here. I cut an old handkerchief to make the bedspread. I know it's not edible, but it does look nice. And I put some marshmallows for the pillows. And in goes the stairs. Let's put some icing right here and here. And a gingerbread piece to keep it nice and straight. This might be a four-handed job. Would you help me? You put your hands here. And I will straighten it here. This way. And put a piece here. And a little right there. There. That should be good. Alright, time for second floor. That's what these pieces are for. Here's some gingerbread flooring. Very cool. This was for your room. Good job with the icing. We'll put this room together. one little room over here. Look at this tiny bathtub I made. I made a little molding and filled it with some white chocolate. It makes such a cute little porcelain tub. And the last place is the study. I made your desk out of gingerbread, but mixed it with some dark chocolate to make that dark wood. I even brushed a little pattern across it, so it looked like wood grain. And your chair I made out of red velvet cookies. That way it would stay a red velvet chair. There you go. Now you'll be nice and comfy. And just to make things a little bit more accurate, I made tiny sheets of paper. I made it out of a sugar sheet, and then I cut them all up and made them look stacked. And I brushed a little bit of chocolate to make it look like writing. You have lots of paper stacks everywhere, so feel free to put them where you'd like. And here's your bookshelf. I made the books out of different color fondants. Could you put some more icing here, please? Thank you. I found an old table runner for the rug. It looks pretty similar. All that's left is the roofing. Would you do the honors? There we go. 2 hands. Perfect. And there it is. Our beautiful little home. It looks absolutely lovely. Great work. I know you can't really see the inside, but we know what's inside. And you can kind of see through the windows. Now I believe I owe you a hot chocolate. Why don't you go relax by the fire? You worked hard. I'll bring it to you when it's ready.